Hello? Is anybody here? Hello, hello? Scoot in my chair. Knock, knock, knock. Is anybody here? Oh, let's see. I see Jane Deeds is here and Regina. Hello, Jane. Jane, your question is being picked tonight. Regina is here. Cindy is here. Hello, Jane. Hello, Regina. Hey, Cindy. Good evening. Well, I'm glad you're here too. I know I'm late. I'm late because I was on the phone with another cozy mystery author, Carolyn Ritter Aspenson. I was on the phone with her and we talked for like an hour and a half. And I'm like, I guess I could get off here and get on live. Hello, Deanna. How are you? Hey, Georgia. How are you? Hello, hello. Beach Bum Bookworm on YouTube. Congrats on the new camper. We haven't gotten it yet. We get it on Thursday. We pick it up. And while we're here, I've got all these books to sign for my Patreon. So I thought, hey, while I'm answering a reader question, I can just start signing books for the Patreon group. So anyways, how is everybody doing tonight? I hope you're doing well. Let me know in the comments. Hello, Angie. How are you? Hello, hello, Cajun Peach. Hello, Marilyn. Hello, Linda. We got a lot of people here from YouTube tonight. I love Carolyn's books too. You're talking about Carolyn, I hope. But yep. So, anyways, I just got back from. Also today, I was at my church, giving a talk. They asked me to come speak today about my journey and how I became an author. So I go to a mega church. We have, couldn't even tell you how many people go to our church. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 local locations. And I know for our Easter service, we had over 5,000. So today I went and talked about, and so it was, the topic was how I became a blank. So mine was how I became a writer, an author, and which is hilarious because guess what I took with me? I took my old 1970 report cards where this is the 3rd grade report card where she said, no, this is the 3rd grade report card in the 70s. That's what they look like. And then it says, Tanya is a good student. One problem. This was 10/18/78. Tanya is a good student. One problem I do see is her oral reading skills and just her reading skills in general. Can't get her to read. I would appreciate any help you can give her at home. Tanya is a nice girl, and I'm glad she's in my class. And then, of course, we know the one that we're all familiar with that said at the end, Tanya would have done much better, but she fell down when she didn't turn in 2 out of the required 3 book reports. So, of course, in my trusty old handmade thing, because that's what we did, the teacher would give you a piece of paper and you would make a report card. So here's my report card. And my mom signed it all. And I'm like, Mom, where were you? And then she said, well, please let me know if Tanya needs some extra help. What's she say? Within the next 9 weeks. I didn't even turn in the book reports. I needed more than help. So anyways, my journey obviously is not the normal journey. I didn't even start reading until I was like 33, 34. But my journey started only truly to help one reader, just one person. And even on this live stream, just one person escape from their daily life. So on my way to church to give the talk, it was me and the preacher. So he had to talk about how he became a preacher. So I'd gotten an email on the way there. And I said, just like, now, all this, the love, and I love that people, come and do things. But, like this lady, like here is her, I'm trying to cover up her name because I don't want people to see. But like, I got this, I'm not very good at this. I got this email and she said, I'm an 80-year-old and your books bring me so much pleasure. Thank you. I love your characters and would gladly move into a campground, even with all the dead bodies. LOL. That's my one reader. That's my purpose. One reader to escape. But another note, I went to the post office because on my website, it says if you send me a stamp addressed envelope, you will get a bookmark. Normally they get more than a bookmark and it doesn't fit in this little envelope. So I generally send extra stuff. So they get like a whole package. But anyway, she said on her letter, she wrote me because I picked it up on the way to church. And so I read this too, my one purpose is to help one person escape. And she wrote, I got to use my flashlight because my old eyes ain't doing it for me. She said, I alternate between the written copy of your books and the audio. The audio version has become my saving grace. On days I do long runs, they make the miles more enjoyable, and I had a few looks from others when I laugh out loud on the trail. So again, if I can just make someone laugh, that's what I do. So whenever I do speaking gigs, I talk about my journey because it's not one where you get these authors, even Cozy Mystery Author. Oh, I fell in love with Nancy Drew or Jane Austen, and I pinned when I was in 3rd grade, and I wrote underneath the tree, and that's all fine and dandy, but I just didn't do that. Didn't happen for me. I came to it the way I came to it, and there's nothing wrong with that. So. And I do feel like, that was my purpose. I was a child therapist. I'm still trained to be a child therapist. Love that job, but God had other plans. So there you have it. So let's say hello to a few more people before we get on to our reader question. Oh yeah, we can talk about the new camper too. Hello again, Angie. And we already said hello to our friends. Hello, Linda. And we do love Carolyn's books. Hello, Gina. Everybody's saying hello. Georgia is doing great. You can't ask for better than that. Regina said she's doing fabulous. I know you are, girl. I love your Instagrams. I love you on the Instagrams. The Instagrams. Doing all the things on the Instas, the grams. I like Instagram. Jane said she's having a good day for her and her cat, Jenna, which I love that. Marilyn said she's doing okay. Ready for bed. I'm from Ohio. Girl, I'm always ready for bed. I'm always up for a good early night. Just started jackets, Jack-o'-lantern and Justice. Yay. I'm so glad. Thank you. How cool. Hello, Karen. Hello, Carrie. Bucharest, Ohio. Where is that, Jana? Karen says, I have mine from back then in homemade sleeves. Yep, your report card. Betsy said, finally got gift on my library app. Oh, good, on your Libby app. Good deal. I'm so glad that you got that one. Hello, Trina. Are you going to open a campground? I wish, Linda. But that is not in the cards. I want to. Was it here that I went live or in my Patreon group? Where there's a piece of property here that would be perfect for that. But Eddie's like, yeah, well, we need money, which is true. But I thought, be kind of fun. It is beautiful here today. It's gorgeous. And Rowena, I'll show you a picture because she's like right behind us. There's Rowena. What are you doing, Rowena? Hey. Hi. So, I don't know what she's doing, but she's sitting here waiting for me to get on these books. She's like, what's going on? She's sitting on my cutting board. Don't come eat at my house. You might get some cat glitter. I call it glitter. Eddie says it's gross. And guess what Eddie's doing? He's on the couch watching MASH. Say hello. It's 7 o'clock. Is it 7 o'clock? It's not even 7 o'clock yet. It's on the Me TV.
It starts at 6 o'clock this week.
Oh, it starts at 6 o'clock this week. He's super excited. One time, y'all know Duffy Brown? She's my friend, and she lives local, and she used to work at this secondhand store called the Snooty Fox. And she's like, and I was talking to her, and I said, I cannot sit in my house for the next 30 years and watch MASH at 7 o'clock. And she said, oh, you should come work at the Snoot. It's so much fun. I lasted for a week, and I'm thankful to watch MASH at 7 o'clock. So funny. I don't know. But anyways, I have got to get these books out. I got the books today from our friends, for our Patreon friends. So I'm getting those done tonight. Hopefully Eddie will start working on those. Jack is coming home on Thursday. So he's staying a week. And then Austin and his girlfriend are coming in for the weekend as well. And, me and Eddie and the boys are all going to Nicholasville for Mother's Day to hang out with my parents. So what are you guys doing? Anything special for American Mother's Day? But anyways, we are here to answer a reader's question. And this week's reader's question is from our friend, Jane. And let's see, I got to watch it scroll through. Jane asked, I didn't read it. I just picked it. A while ago, you showed how you planned and plotted your books. I recall sticky notes and a murder board. I guess my question is, do you still use this method? No, I do not. So I'm sure I can find a photo of what you're talking about. So I used to do a method with sticky notes. So every suspect got a different color of sticky notes, and a clue was a color. So what I would do is I would make a grid on a big piece of white paper, and I probably have something somewhere in the house still, and in my old stuff. And I would make a grid of the plot or each chapter in a little box. And I would put where I wanted the clues and where I wanted the suspects and where I thought that the plot would go, the murder reveal, the climax, all the things. And I was able to look at this grid piece of paper as the size of a, I can find one because I about know when I had one. So let me look. So I could literally see where I was missing a plot hole. But that I was never really a full plotting person until just really recently. So I would kind of put them there, but you could see like if there was a hole or something. Let's see. If I can find it. Maybe. I'm in like the wrong year because I'm on Google Photos, and on Google Photos you can do like, yep, I found one. Hold on. Well, maybe I did not. I lied. Oh, no, here it is. So here it's not, you can't really see it because, so this would be like an example. And the white like you can see all the different colors behind the white sticky notes. And that was like the white copy was when I took all the sticky notes and stapled them together. And the white copy was just a general note of what was on the sticky notes. So like this book was a Kenny Lowry book, I believe. And it says, case information, Finn is there, review, a little bit of romance, phone call into dispatch, Mr. Lemon. So those were, I'm hitting on the romance in that chapter. I'm hitting on with Finn. I'm also interviewing Mr. Lemon because his wife was the one who had died, if you remember that. And then that was chapter 8. So a phone call came in while they were interviewing him about another murder. So that's how I used to plan. Now, instead of doing all of that, I've kind of honed it down to where I know where all the things need to go, like the formula for myself. Some people write, there is like a cozy mystery formula. I don't really write to that. That's more of your traditional cozy mystery authors because I don't think I have to. I don't subscribe to having to do things the way others do it. So what I do is I will write out like a little blurb for each chapter where I know that this needs to happen, this needs to happen. Here's the suspects. And then I know like I need to interview this suspect in this chapter. So to keep the book flowing. And so now it's more along the lines of an outline. So, oh, I don't think I have one. I thought I had one here with me. I don't, but we can go get one. I'll show you. Hold on. So, and I type it out and I like to have it in my good notes. That way I can keep it all straight. So let's see. I just put one away, I believe, because I keep them all. See, this is how we do. Who is that? This is how I do things. So I think this is one. You never know how these lives are going to go, people. So, and this might be a book that's coming out soon. I don't even know. Because once I write them, they go into the bucket of done. And then the only time I pull them out is when I want to. Okay. So it's something more along the lines of something about, I'd gotten this from a class I had taken, the kind of the structure and the outline. So it's more along the lines of this. I don't really go by what these say, but I like the little boxes, so I might write them out. And then I will go like chapter 1 and then type it out. So I have that. But initially I write it out at the beginning, my thoughts and how I want things to go. I still do the murder board. I can't really show you all of this because this book's not been released. But so I keep like a suspects and then kind of like make a sunshine. So the victim is in the middle and then the arms of the rays would be the suspects. And then I write down, you know, things that they might the reason, their motives for doing such things. And then I will flesh out the suspect, but I might not use all the information that I flesh out. It's just me getting to know the suspect. So now it's just a little bit different as I've grown as a writer over the past 12 years. And it's kind of like riding a bike. I can get on each time, even though it's a different series, but I still use my, let's see, I'll show you. I still use, because I have one over here, my address books, which really is the heart and soul of the book. So, you know, the book Bible. So I still use the address book. And this one is from the Holiday Cozy Mystery Series. So it has the names. So the main person is Violet Reinhammer, right? So I'll open it up to Violet Reinhammer and it will give like some stats on Violet. So then we can open it up to Louise Strickland, which is Darren's mom and the owner of the Junction Journal. So it'll have things in there about her, like what she wears, who she's married to. And they're all under the first name of their first name. They're listed under their first name. So like Diffie Dell, or here, Darren Strickland. So here's a bunch of stuff about Darren Strickland that we need to know when I'm writing the book. So I don't write a book in the same series back to back. So this helps me instead of thinking, oh, what hair color did he have? Or, you know, what things, different things like that I can automatically pick up. So here's a good example of an outline. So this might be the chapter 1. So I have chapter 1 outline. And then like I will have another thing like chapter 4 is an outline for that chapter. And the reason this one has a chapter header that's called The Disgruntled Artist. And that's because I write this particular series, which is the holiday series for my Patreons. So they get it as I've been writing it. Currently, they're getting 4th of July forgery. And then it also goes up on Kindle Vella. So you can go now before it releases in June and start reading 4th of July forgery because it is on Kindle Vella. And if you're in Patreon, Jane is in Patreon, so she can obviously read it as I'm writing it. But with that said, like today, when I posted in our Patreon today's chapter, I had to go back and add a clue in to a different chapter that you guys have already read. So the finished product of the daily serial doesn't always turn out to be the exact same project. So even though I'm trying to outline because it makes me write faster with an outline, it's not enough outline to where my reader or my characters can't talk and pivot and change. Because who I thought might be the killer sometimes changes. So that, Jane, I hope answered your question, and it was a very good question. So thank you for that question. I hope that solved your curiosity. Anyways, if you have a reader question, I would love to you to put those in the comments, or you can find the pinned post at the top of our page to do that. So I appreciate that. Let's see. Oh, we have some more people. Linda says, are you going to open the camera? I wish. You'll be the first one to know. Angie is sitting outside enjoying the warm sunshine. Now Rowena is standing. Hey, Ro. Hey. Hi. Hey. What's up? So, nobody's asked about the baby bird. Just so y'all know, and I haven't posted this yet, but I will. We now have one baby bird. I don't know what happened to the other baby bird, but I will tell you this. This is what I found by the tree, the Christmas tree. It's a snake, and he ain't a happy snake. Look at that. He did not want his picture taken. So I'm like, did the snake get my baby bird? So Eddie's like, oh my God, there's a snake on my front porch. So I started ripping off the tinfoil. And I'm like, where's the other baby bird? And I'm like, it's not in there. But the other baby bird has survived. And I said, now this is starting to get ridiculous. I cannot keep all the baby birds in the forest safe. So Eddie has set up an in-home camera so I can watch the baby birds, which I do all night. Like I'm up. That's bags because I'm up all night on the camera watching the bird. And so you can kind of see the baby bird out there. Here, let's see. I'll move the camera. I have to put it back. But the baby bird is in there. I don't know if you can see him. One baby bird and the mama and the daddy both come. So in my head, the other baby bird was not taken. I feel like it flew off. So anyways, hey Rowena. What are you doing? She's like, where are you doing? I'm going with you. Come on. So we had the snake. So I said, Eddie, kill the snake. He didn't kill the snake. He stuck it back up in the woods. I said, kill the snake. But he did not. He did not at all. So here she comes. Hi. And then here I am today. I took presents to the people at the church. So anyways, hello, Nancy. Everybody is saying hello to you, Ro. I have a lot of glitter here. Yes. Oh my God. So Tiffany says, I have a coffee mug that says everything tastes better with cat hair. For sure. Marilyn said, hello, Eddie. Can't wait for the next book. Thank you. Which book? Because you're reading along in Patreon. So what book are you? Oh, this one that's coming your way because you get that. Happy Mother's Day. Thank you. I love the Kenny Lowry series. Yes, I'm writing that series right now. Hello, Chelsea. Angie said that I love your lives. Oh, because I just yammer on and just hem and haw when I should be cooking, but I'm not. Eddie's cooking. Have you written books based on actual events? Oh, Linda, absolutely. One of my most favorites is based on the John Swift legend in the Daniel Boone National Forest. You can look that up. I wrote a camper criminals book on that. We also have everything in the Camper and Criminals books are pretty much. I try to give some kind of history of Kentucky. The hemp, you cannot take hemp out of the forest. And so that was in a book. It's illegal. And we have a lot of that here. Let's see what else. I did the Camp Wildcat, which is a reenactment. It still goes on every year in the Daniel Boone National Forest. I have written all sorts of things. So I always do actual events in at least one or two, and I mean all the books, at least one or two events in each book. Hey Heather, how are you? Miss seeing you, girl. We're saying yikes. Oh, you're talking about my snake, my crazy snake. I hate snakes too. I know. Can you believe he didn't throw it away? Hey, Lisa, how are you? I know you ladies. That's all coming on for Patreon. I've got all our books came today. And so I've got to sign them and get those out to you this week. Gina says, thank you, Eddie and Tanya, for protecting the birds. We have been having snakes in R&R, Lisa said. I know, yuck. Have a great weekend, Cindy. Hello, Barbara. You're not late. I say you're right on time. I'm with you, Kill the Snakes. I love all your books. Oh, thank you, Lisa. I love you. Happy Mother's Day to you too, Marilyn. It's a fun series. Yay, I can't wait. Thank you, Heather. Happy Mother's Day to you as well. And we have book club. I'll be hosting book club for the Cozy Crew. I think it's for Hammocks, Handguns, and Hearsay. I think it's next week. And that's here on Facebook. And then we'll be also doing the 16th. We will be hosting our Zoom for Patreon with Cozy Mystery author guest Dominique Doust. So that's been a lot of fun. So Cindy said that we don't get snakes in New Zealand. You are a lucky, lucky, lucky lady. And Lisa says she can't wait. Well, thank you guys so much for joining me for a reader question. If you did not get to hear me answer Jane's reader question, you can always scroll back. And as always, I hope to see you next Tuesday We'll answer another reader question. I still plan on going live next Tuesday, even though my son is going to be staying for a week. So we'll have to see, but I'm still planning on going live. So I will see you guys next week. Have a good night. Happy Mother's Day. Mwah.